Hello everybody, Calamity here, and today we're taking a look at a Gold 1 Anran from the Overwatch University subreddit. So let's go over your post real quick. I have one of your replays here that we're going to take a look at. So you say, hello, Anran has become my favorite DPS character ever released thus far. I have seen so many people say this. Like, I don't know like what it is about Anran, but so many people love playing her. And I mean, I've played the character myself, of course, but I don't know. I don't think she's that it's like then that fun. But hey, if she's fun for you, more power to you then. So I've been playing more DPS than I ever have. I noticed very quickly I'm struggling to play the poke comps. Mostly Ashe has been a real annoyance for me. I have attached some replay codes for reference. Any tips on how I can improve can be greatly appreciated. Okay. So yeah, I only have one of your replays here. I'm probably gonna only have time to like review one of them because I yap a lot in these videos and depending on the game length and stuff, right? So we have, I mean, this already is gonna be more than a 20-minute video because of your replay being almost 20 minutes. So we have the replay. Let's go ahead and begin. Your name is Tenro, and obviously we're the Onron. So let us see
I'm quite
what
surprised that
happened.
you can get back up without my help.
Hey, one less person for you to keep an eye on, right?
I wouldn't go that far.
Hey, so before we begin, Onrun things, Onrun basics. What is our goal with Onrun? Honestly, Onrun is like Tracer, right? She is a dive character who would love to take 1v1s because she wins those, heavily in her favor, especially when you dive, the backline squishy targets. They can't do much about you because you do. I mean, you can just dish out so much damage. Excuse me. And if you do get into some danger, you got your blazing dance, you got your inferno dashes, etc., etc. So you have a lot of tools to help you win these 1v1s and to get out and get in safely. So that is pretty much our goal. So let's see how you play. Okay, this is fine and all, but let's get in there. I like don't waste time doing this whole. You already know you're not a poke character, right? So why are we poking out here? We're not doing much. We already need to start pushing forward a little bit. I'm not saying immediately just start, use your dashes already, but kind of get like an idea. Okay, where's everybody else? Because this Roadhog ain't dying. We need to see if we can find an isolated squishy target that we feel confident taking in a 1v1. And even if we don't feel confident, we take the 1v1 anyways, because that's our preferred matchup.
Set ablaze!
I'm on the objective. Rally to my position.
It takes making a lot of space for you. Feel free to use it.
That's better.
Yeah, this is a little too passive. We need to be getting in there.
We're outnumbered.
All right, now we gotta wait for the reset. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and skip to the next fight. Yeah, unfortunately, you just didn't really do anything there. On this team fight at all. I mean, your Winston pushed in. He even made space for you. He was on the point, distracting them for a bit. That was perfect opportunity for you to get a kill on somebody. Doesn't matter who at this point. I just want you to pick somebody and not poke this Roadhog in main because that's not doing anything. You want to kill the Roadhog? Get rid of his support. Get rid of his backline. That's what's keeping him alive more than the Roadhog himself. Okay, here. This is okay. A little risky on the approach. We kind of want to like dive at a safer angle, right? So where they can't, like, this is very, very scary. I mean, you just went past this Roadhog. People see you. A better approach would just be like over here, right? Because all of the focus right now is on your tank. No one's looking this way. So a little bit risky, and you could have gone for the Moira. Even if she fades away, great. Next. Cat. Cat speeds away. Cool. Next. What's this guy gonna do? He doesn't have his perk yet where he can move faster with the pistol. But you can dancing blaze while he has the pistol out so he doesn't get his lifesteal. For example. But yeah, this is a little risky. Yeah, we had to end up using our dancing blaze a little early already. Yeah. Risky approach. good idea. Because yes, we want you to die people, but still do it safely. You had to use one of your best cooldowns, which is your dancing blaze, very, very early into the fight. And we don't want to do that. Think of your dancing blaze as recall. If you're a tracer right now and you just blinked into the enemy and immediately use recall, that's bad. We want to save recall for when we're about to die. Obviously, different abilities, but same concept usage somewhat.
Reach the objective.
Anywho,
Let's coordinate our efforts.
looks like your team able to somehow push in this point without much help from you. But that doesn't mean we can't start being useful right now, and it starts with this Emray. Let's see how you do it. Fine, you have a med kit behind you, remember, in case you get into danger, but this is, yep. Did have the med kit. I was still there. Not aware of that, but next time, have the med kit, don't die. Okay, go next. Or are we waiting for our team? Okay, let's go next a little bit more. Hey, that's your timing. That's your sign, by the way. As soon as you see Winston jump into the team, he's not telling you, but that is your sign to sit of, hey, go in. I got their attention right now. And he does. He absolutely does. He has the attention of 3 heroes right now. Now, what you could do is dash through, go up these stairs and get this Moira. That's one option. You can dash through this room right here and get this Emray. That's another option. Pick one. It doesn't matter who, but just pick a target and let's go. Oh, well, okay, there was a try. No. Too much focusing on the Roadhog. Go for anybody else. Good kill on the Sojourn. Good target priority. Okay, this is fine, but we had teaser all. We had teased multiple ults just to get this point when we also had an earlier opportunity to get it. So this is fine and well that you got it, but keep in mind this could have been gone sooner and a lot more cleaner without using so many ults.
They don't stand a chance.
60 seconds.
Hey, let's go ahead and start. When you play dive characters like this, obviously you are like one of the least characters that should be on the payload. So if you're used to playing like support, usually they should be the ones on it. So what you should be thinking right now is like, all right, where can I set up and where can I go to start finding that isolated target, right? So immediately just start, yeah, this is fine. No. Don't go back. Don't go back. Keep going. Like, seriously, just up here. Go up here. And then you don't know that the Emray is here. Obviously, I do because I have wall hacks in the replay watching thingy. But if you go here and you go against this Emray, you don't know that the Roadhog is here, though, but you could poke him. Don't let him get this high ground and start shooting down on your team for free. You know? This is your time to be helpful for your team. And we're taking a long time to set up here. Like this right here. Again, that your sign to go in has already been signaled to you. Winston's already dove the team. Find somebody that isn't Roadhog. Risky again on the approach. You're diving straight into them with the dash. That Roadhog hooks you, you are dead. That Emray lands a couple headshots on you, you are also dead. So we need to be very, very careful in how we approach the dive. I want you to dive, but I don't want you to die. There's a very big difference there. Unfortunate. I mean, you can't really do anything about that. It's a cat ult. Yana did try to sleep. I saw that. This right here, though, this whole like I'm poking you. You're playing like as if you were Ash right now, or Soldier 76, or you know whoever. Like, nah, you don't need to be here. Get on that high ground, like your Emray. Get on that high ground. Get on that flanking path. Do something. Distract. You know, just be here poking. Nothing will happen. Nothing will ever happen. And if something does happen, it's not because of you, it's because of your teammates. That's unfortunate. Your Winston just jumped into Tamura's ult there, so. You can still try to make a play, but not from this approach. Yeah, like, this is fine because you're about to run into this cat. You wanted to poke him, feel free, but yeah, we also have to play very safely just because we lost our tank. And yeah. Unfortunate there. Yeah, we're just not doing much. We're playing a dive character, but we're not really diving. Now, you can make the argument, hey, it's hard to dive on these payload maps. Absolutely. Tracer mains will be right there with you and saying, hey, yeah, that's why we don't like these maps. We love control maps, we love push maps, we love flashpoint maps. Why? Because they give you so many different options for flanking. And it feels a lot easier because it's like a smaller map and it's a centralized objective point. Here, though, I mean, on second point for this map, you do have a lot more options. On the first point, I could understand why it seems a little odd to try to dive on the first point, but I did give you some options, and then it's going to get a little bit harder if you guys make it to the third point because of how the map condenses itself again. But because on the second point here, like, you have a lot of room to play with. You could go over here, you could go up here, you could go on this side over here. Like, there's a lot of different alleyways and buildings to play with, right? And we need to be taking advantage of that. Not just going mid and shooting some fireballs like this. Like, this is not a productive use of your time. Maybe it is now because of Juno's ult, but let's see how you play this. We wasted the dancing blaze again. Good shots on the Moira. But yeah, feel free to get in there. I don't know if someone called this out in your team comms or whatever, but I really, really hate it when people say, oh, get 3 on the cart, guys. No. I don't care what people say. Only one person needs to be on the cart for it to move, and that could be this Emre. While I would be critiquing this Winston as well. I'd be saying, you two, get up there, take some space, don't let them recontest. Your Ana has the right idea, but she's just an Ana, right? She's not, the 500 HP gorilla, and she's not the super mobile Anran. Get up there. Don't let them just come back to the point for free. They could stall it here, and you guys could end up not getting this point.
Help me.
Your Winston has the right idea, just a little late. And again, there's your signal to go in. He went in. Look how many people are looking at him. 3. Actually, 4 if you count that. Is that Emre looking at him? No, the Kiriko's looking at him. Emre's still coming out of spawn. He has 4 people looking at him. As a dive hero, oh my goodness. This is like being gifted a PS5 on Christmas right now because you have so much freedom. They're not looking at you. This is your opportunity to go in. The way you approach your dives is so scary to me. It's very risky. We don't have to be that risky, like going straight into them like this, because again, yeah, you have the bubble, but we could be getting hooked here. We could be getting, like all this damage. Like, just approach it safely. We could just dive like this and shoot from here, right? You have a little bit of cover to work with just by going from here. Right here, you're out in the open, right? No cover. Straight into them. Yes, you have dancing blaze. I keep wanting to call it like dazing something. But anyways, very, very scary.
This ends now.
Fortunately, you guys get the point, so this death doesn't matter. But you guys also let them get a really good contest. And you see how, like, the fight was here? Instead of you guys trying to gatekeep here, and then you force them to have these cooldowns and stuff. from away from the point so that when they actually push you guys and they get to the cart, they don't have cooldowns to work with. That's what we want. That's why we want to push up and not do this whole 3 on the cart. Because this could have been bad, but fortunately it ends up working in your favor. It's just something I want you to consider in the future when we're doing payload stuff. Anyways, let's clean up and let's move the payload. So third point, like I mentioned earlier, you guys do make it here. It is a little bit harder for your flanking options because they're limited again. When we were back on second point, I had a lot of options for you, right? Here, well, this is the main. We don't really like main because it's too much attention, too much people are there. We want, again, the 1v1s, and kind of the only option is right here. And we can kind of want to like deny the high ground or maybe take some isolated 1v1 here, or even go all the way around here, start messing with the backline like this. But yeah, you literally have like very little option. It does open up a little bit if you get the cart here, because then you have this room to play with and this room to play with. But, you know, a little iffy. A little iffy. Right? We're waiting for that magical symbol, right? Or signal, excuse me, of Winston going in. But sometimes you don't always have to wait for him to go in. It's a nice benefit if he does go in because, you know, having a dive tank take all that attention away is great. But you're not always going to have a dive tank, right? Like, what if you had a Sigma right now? What if you had a Rhine and a Ramatra? Because they're not going to dive, right? They're just going to stand in the front. This is where you need to take, you know, your own initiative. And like I said earlier, we need to go make a play here. Pop out here. Who can I see? Maybe I can poke this cat for a little bit. He ran away. Okay. I'm going to keep going further. I'm going to keep going further. Who can I see? Nobody? Go deeper. Like, who can I see? I can see this Emre. Let me distract him. You know, poke, poke, poke with my fireballs. He turns at me, throws some nades. I'm going to use my dancing blaze and then, you know, inferno rush into him. Poke, 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 fan the flame, all that stuff. And then, you know, try to win your 1v1 and get out. That's how you want to play Anran.
Vermilion Ascent is still charging.
That's unfortunate for your Emre. Risky dive again, right into their faces.
Glad you're here.
Okay, Winston went in. You can go right back in with him. I honestly don't even know what your Winston was doing, but he's in there now. But we don't want to be approaching from this angle. We've now opened up this room, which lets us go over here. And now we can contest this, contest this. Again, it's not always even about getting kills. When we talk about Tracer players and what their value is, Tracers love to distract the other team, right? Like, that's why you and Anran, or excuse me, Tracer and Anran are very similar, is because even if you get over here and you distract these two and they're looking at you and that, you know, that Emre is no longer shooting down main, he's throwing nades this way, and oh my goodness, is Kiriko's throwing kunai your way, and like maybe you get the Emre low, she has to throw Suzu to get the burning off of him. All this stuff, you're winning. You're creating chaos. You're distracting. This is good. This is good value you're providing to your team, and this is something that won't necessarily show up on a scoreboard. So these are the things we need to be providing for our team: is chaos, distractions, stuff like that. Sorry, that is not you. I don't know why I clicked on that Juno. There we go. Unfortunately, we just get hooked by the... Did you res? Oh, you did. So we did get hooked by the Roadhog, which is unfortunate here. This right here, mistake. We don't like taking or using our ult for the res as Anran. I think this is a big mistake. Unless it's like overtime, you know, like there's nothing else I can do right now. This is like my only option. Sure, but you have plenty of time on the clock, so that's not the reason why we needed to do this. But yeah, you died in a bad spot, and now you're going back immediately to that same bad spot, and it looks like you're about to get punished here by the Roadhog's ult, but we'll see how this plays out. But I would have preferred you, again, if we had gone on that off angle, poke, poke, poke here, and then you pop all onto his backline like this. Holy moly. Like, you might be saying, oh, what if it gets Suzu'd? Then at least you got rid of a really tough cooldown. It sucks, but it's just character things, I guess. But yeah, I would prefer you to alting the actual backline here than rezzing yourself. Luckily, your Ana bails you out with the sleep. Don't repoke that. Oh boy. Okay, lucky gold player things, I guess, because that cat was dangling your corpse, or what should have been your corpse, in front of the enemy team, but I guess the Emre couldn't hit it, or was distracted by somebody else. But yeah, I think it was shooting the Ana. That's why she died there. But yeah, you should have died there. Fine. There we go. We're getting some kills. Did we lose a soldier in a little bit? Almost died to her. Little carelessness there. Yeah, and we end up taking a little extra damage there. That should have resulted in you guys winning and
I still have a ways to
getting
go.
the cap there. Unfortunate. Hey, this is a little bit on your Winston right now. He did go early. Again, if this was like, oh my goodness, we're in overtime, someone touched the cart right now, get on it. Like, I could understand this play, but your Winston's a little earlier. Almost gets killed for it. Wait for him to get healed, because we can now see when our teammates are in critical HP, right? And then you can try going in for a heavier dive, but while we're waiting, same thing again. Go back here. Poke, poke, poke. Be annoying to the other team. You want them to go like, oh, this Anran, can someone deal with this Anran, please? She keeps flanking in that room. No one's dealing with that Anran, but no one's had to make that call. No one's had to say, dude, this Anran's annoying. Everyone's just like, all right, cool. You just focus on mid, whatever. They're probably more focused on the monkey that's more annoying to them than you are.
60 seconds.
Oh, unlucky. And your Ana dies. Yeah, this is going downhill pretty fast. Nice attempt there to at least try to save your Winston, though. I appreciate it. That is a bad ult from your Juno. Yeah, because you guys are dead. You guys are down 3 and she just popped. Well, you guys were down 2, she popped ult, and now you guys are down 3. We need to just back up. Back up, back up, back up, regroup. Yep. Correct play. Yo. Guess who just entered your domain in which you are still favored, even though you're down a couple HP here. 75 HP, but still. You are favored to win this. Why? Moira has a very slow damage or DPS, right? Her right click. If she uses her orb and her ult or something, then okay, she's scary. But she doesn't have her ult. And you are favored to win this. Take the win, or take the duel. Yes.
30 seconds remaining.
Oh no! Okay, I thought your Ana was dead there. Very scary to dive like this when you're at 28 HP. You could have died there, honestly. They had the Sojourn ready to go. They had the Emre ready to go. Or, yeah, well, sorry, the Emre's not here. I'm looking at your team's status. But yeah, you could have gotten hooked. There's like so many things that could have killed you here. It's very, very scary.
This ends now.
All right, well, it looks like you guys are able to clean this up this time, I hope. There we go.
Push through.
All right, so that's your first half done. And, you know, what are my critiques for you? It's just the same thing I have been saying. You're playing a dive hero, and you're not really diving. That's the biggest problem right now. If we look at your stats, let's see. 13 and 7 and 6k damage. Honestly, your numbers are not as bad as I thought they would be, but they could be a lot higher. You could also be matching the Emre on the other team. That's like 20 and 6. That could definitely be you if you take in a little bit more aggressiveness, then a little bit more dive. and you are playing in a great team for it because you got the Winston that can take away that initial pressure. Because when you're the only diver on a team, it feels really, really bad to play. But you're not. You're not. And you also have long range support. As long as you're in view of that Ana, she can help you out from afar. So it's not like you're like alone, right? So
Ready for
defense,
battle.
obviously a little bit trickier to play with a dive character like this, but it's still the same. Your gameplay or game
Ready
plan,
for-
excuse me, is still the same. We want to find
Ready for battle.
isolated targets and 1v1 them. That's it.
Ready.
All right, let's see how you play your defense. Oh, there's another Anran on the team, on the blue team. I'm okay with this play of you wanting to retreat and regroup. Okay, sure. But now that you're full health, go back in again. Do not play this corner. No. You can go around. Use a dash if you want to. Take somebody on a 1v1. Honestly, if you want to take on this on run, perfect. Soldier, great. Somebody. That's your whole game plan. You could have tried to go for the Doomfist. He was a little low there, but it's okay. He was also getting a lot of help, so I don't know if he would have gotten that kill. Okay, you have your signal again. Winston went in. 3 heroes are on him. This is your time. We can go for this Moira, even if she uses Fade, great. Go for this Kiriko. Is she going to use Teleport? Great. Move on. Your Winston needs some help. And I'm not talking about heals. I'm talking about some damage. No, don't shoot that when he's blocking. Okay, well, okay. Normally don't shoot that Doomfist when he's blocking, but it looks like you guys were actually focusing on him, so that was fine. This is... You see how that other Anran is at least trying to be aggressive and dive on her own, and she tried to take the Ana 1v1. She got slapped, sure, but she still has the right idea. Just poor execution. See how she's like what she's doing right there, being a nuisance to your Ana, because your Ana and you and Kiriko, or excuse me, and Ash were all distracted looking at one Anran who got away. Guess who gets to come through the front door and surprise you now? We got a soldier, we got a Kiriko. Let's see how you deal with it though. Okay. Luckily your Ana doesn't die. Take it. Take it, take it, take it. Don't take it. I guess that soldier was chasing you. This is bit of a wild play from you here. You do still have time. Like, I know they're on the point, but you still have time. We needed to kind of wait a sec and deal with what's in front of us. Because, like, we could have got, like, well, I mean, the on-run was in front of you, but you went way past her into her backline team, or we could have dealt with this soldier that was on us as well, because we have the help from our teammates. Help them, and then you guys go back to recontest the point together. This right here, you're probably going to end up getting killed. Yeah. You went off by yourself. Bad approach on the dive. Alright, let's go to the next fight.
Observing
Carry. See how a bad dive means you have to waste both of your dashes there? Not what we want to do. Where could we have gone? Over here. Merry Christmas. We have Kiriko. Again, if you get Kiriko to pop her Suzu and TP away, you just did a valuable service to your team. Soldier, same thing. If you get this dude to run away, have to use his, his healing field thingy. Great. Be annoying. Be a nuisance. You can also go here, out this way. Bam, bam, bam on the Moira. If she fades away, cool. Whatever. Go for the another target. That's how you play Anran. You know what? We'll take those kills. I also would not be opposed to you if you want to ult this just to secure this team fight. Yep. Backline, backline. No, look at that. Look at this. Yes, Suzu exists, but she's about to throw it. Look at that. Is that not Suzu? Yeah. Look. She threw it, and you could have dived her. And the Moira. Oh. Too much tunnel vision on the other Anran, I think.
Glad you're here.
So we end up wasting our ult, but we still have the advantage. You guys still got the pick. That would have been sick if you got that Anran, but that's good enough. Carry. Off to the side. Off to the side. Here. It's safe right here. You don't need to be approaching from the main angle where everyone's looking. Even right here? Want to go in deeper? Right here. Look how your Winston's playing it. Like, yes, okay. Winston has the ability to just jump really, really high, and so he can go behind team easily. But you have two really long dashes. You too can also get, excuse me, you too can also get a good angle, off angle to the side and do damage, right? You might not have that jump, but you got those dashes. You got mobility. What it's for. But thankfully, Bob is here to create that space for you and Winston, so this is all well and good. You got the Anran, great. Okay. Carry. Okay, at least you get out. Don't forget there's a med kit in this room ahead of you right here. Grab that.
Yeah, nice.
Medkit awareness is always a good thing. Is your Juno okay? Juno looks like she's about to disconnect. No, she's okay. But yeah, she was like walking into the payload. She was definitely lagging. Anyways. Carry. But you get the Doomfist. Yep, back up. If they're focused on one lane like this, first of all, it's just a soldier, but you don't know that. But let's just say this soldier was like getting backed up by his entire team. That's your cue to go to a different off angle. Because now this, like, let's just say all 5 of them are here. This main quote unquote angle just got turned into an off angle, and this is where you could actually go if you wanted to. But if someone in your team, by the way, is calling it out that it's just a soldier here, that is your cue to go in here and win this right here. It's just a soldier by himself. Let's see. No, okay. I mean, you didn't know that he was alone, so I'm not going to give you too much flack for that one. Unfortunate there from your Winston. Yeah, there's just like no reason for you to poke mid ever like this. Never, never, ever, ever. Go dive. Just like again, if you were a tracer, I would never tell a tracer like, all right, your tank died. Go to the main angle here and just like poke a little bit. Like, no. No. A tracer would still be looking for isolated targets. Can I 1v1 someone? And yeah, you can. You can 1v1 this Ashe. She is by herself. At least for the time being. Of course, could a support notice this and teleport to her? Could a Moira also fade towards her as well? Of course. But that's also why you have abilities yourself to get out. If needed. Anyways, let's go to the next fight. Are you guys able to recontest? Okay, get in there. You have orbital ray. Good. Isolated targets that aren't the tank. Take this right now. Help your team. Because y'all are not getting through a fortified Orisa. Well, she's not fortified now, but she probably still has the cooldown. Get the Kiriko. There we go. We need to do that sooner. Good. That's what we wanted to see. There it is. 1v1. You won it. You won the isolated 1v1. We just needed to do that before 2 teammates died. That's it. Maybe you guys still hold this, though. Let's see. The Ash. The Ash is now your target. I know the cart, but the Ash. You're not beating that Orisa, but it's fine. I mean, you guys... It was pretty much over at that point. And again, we needed to just kill that Kiriko sooner. That's all. But hey, you won a 1v1. That's it. You were playing Anran. There we go. Okay, here. A little scary because they're all snowballed together, right? So approaching from this angle is not it. We definitely have to play. This is why, again, the third point, not the best for Anran and characters like this, because this is your playground right here. You can also go all the way out here. Because look, the Kiriko is kind of a little isolated from herself, or from her team, excuse me. But you could also just, if you had to, you could just kind of poke here. Again, we just want to distract. We don't want all 5 of them looking down main at your Winston as bad. We need some of them to look down main, but maybe some of them look over here and be like, oh my god, there's an on-run on the side over there. You know, maybe some people even use some abilities to commit. Anyways, whoops. I did not mean to fast forward there. Let's go back to you. So yeah, this angle, he did go in. That again is your signal. Maybe we can make something happen here, but this is a little iffy. I would have gone for that Ash.
Double kill.
You know what? Great ult. That was fantastic. 3 kills too.
I always exceed expectations.
So great. At least you went in with your Winston. Before, remember, I was like, you're not going in with Winston. There's your signal to go in. You went in on the signal. And even though it was a little iffy, we made something happen thanks to our ult. So good job. Feel free to get greedy on this play a little bit because, again, you have the mobility to get out. So if you wanted to dive here or even just go up these stairs. What's up, Ash? Poke, poke, poke. Poke, poke, poke. Okay, did she just throw dynamite? Is she, like, actually aiming at you now? Okay, dash. Dash, dash, dash. You can't... I don't know if you can see the Kiriko if you were to come out here. Probably not. But yeah. There's your signal again.
They won't like this. Looking toasty.
Scary. I mean, I hope we know that the enemy spawn is there. We didn't need to commit that hard.
Help me.
Okay. So you're able to get out. That's why you can be a little bit greedy with plays like that. Because you have the ability just to dash out. Yeah, if you want to just hide for a sec while that ult's going out, sure. But get yourself back into a flanking position ASAP.
We're outnumbered. Let's play smart.
This is fine. In fact, oh my goodness. Delivering themselves to you on a silver platter is an Ash away from her team. This is your golden opportunity to once again win a 1v1.
Some help.
For the Kiriko, who happens to see you.
Can't handle the heat. Stay out of my way.
You forced out Suzu, great. You forced the tension, great. Run away. Good. You need to do that more and more often. That might not have felt great because you didn't get a kill, but you got attention. Now, if we do that when our team is alive and there's actual fights happening, you will see the value in doing that frequently. Okay. Once again, have an isolated. Well, he's not that isolated. Okay, Kiriko's right there. But we have an opportunity again to at least distract. Once again, let's see how you play it. I would go in here instead because yes, one, you have the mega that you can play with here, but you would have also ran into this. Like again, you don't know that the Ashe is here, but you don't want to be giving up space. You're giving up space, you're condensing your guys' selves and like indirectly grouping with each other. So now the blue team doesn't have to worry about like, oh my goodness, is there a flanking Anran somewhere? Is there, is that Winston gonna approach him a weird angle? Like, it's like, no, we know where they're all at. This is fine. Hold it down. There's no threats that we have to worry about right now.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, this is too much of a wide swing. I would have said, or I would have appreciated, excuse me, that you just stay up here or like stay here because you were getting help from your Juno. And once you got healed, take on that soldier. Don't let him have this high ground for free. Now he's just able to shoot down on your team.
Now I'm really fired
Good
up.
kill. Carry. Let's see, do they get this? Doesn't look like it. You guys seem to stabilize
60 seconds remaining.
a little bit. Oh, there's an Ashe right there. An Ashe with no coach gun. Okay, because you ran into her team.
Let's
But
turn up the heat.
you have a soldier.
I need to reload.
Good trans from your Zen. Get in there and not hit the Orisa. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Target priority there. Ashe was like in the back, and all of her supports were focused on the fight in front. You could have easily gotten that Ashe. Oops. Sorry. I think they're gonna get it, or maybe not. Let's see. Oh, they do. You can use this is like the very niche situation where using the res is good. It's very niche, but yeah, like right here, revive. Yep. I like this play from you because you were actually focusing the Ashe this time while not leaving the cart. I appreciate that, and we still have our blazing dance. This is good. Yep. Good usage of your mobility to make sure you're staying on the cart. Try to find a squishy though. We'll take it. Nice try. That was a good solve from you though. That was really good. If you end up winning this, that's because of you. Whoops. Let's see. It kind of looks like it does end up. Let's see. We're about to reach the end of your replay here. Okay. So yeah, it looks like you guys clean up, and I'm gonna go ahead and just look at your stats here. So you are 29-14 with 13.3k damage. You did great. However, I think you could have done a lot better had you been more aggressive with your dives, but also safer. That's the thing. I want you to dive more, but when I say dive, I don't mean dive into them like this. That no. There's always an off-angle approach that you can do that's much more safe and much more like I was scared for you in a lot of these dives because I was like, oh, you might get hooked, or like, all it takes is someone just aiming a gun at you and just headshotting you while you're dashing or whatever, and oof, you take big damage and then die. Like, luckily, we didn't get punished as hard, but there's definitely a lot of cases where you'll get a game, just like this one, and all those dives you did where you didn't die you end up getting punished. But yeah, this last bit though, going back to this last fight, good job from you, good stall, good usage of your ult with the revive. Again, that's probably like the only niche scenario where I actually like that portion of her ult. In like most cases, like 98% of the time, I will say the actual damaging portion of it, the where you just dive into the backline, much more useful. But yeah, I would say you did good this game, but there was definitely a lot of potential for you to do a lot better. And hopefully throughout the many examples I showed, it got you thinking about how you can better approach your dives and how to approach your target priority. Again, lots of times, especially in the beginning, we're just poking the roadhog. That's not useful at all. Don't even bother. Again, treat yourself as a tracer. Would a tracer be doing that to the roadhog down main? Nope. Tracer's looking for them 1v1s, them isolated targets. And that's exactly your mentality as well. So hopefully all this advice is helpful for you in your future games. But yeah, I also decided to pick your replay, by the way, even though I'm not like the best on-run player either, and I don't play this character often. But I did see that you posted this code like a day ago, and no one has responded to you. And not only that, someone downvoted your post. You have zero upvotes. I don't know why. It wasn't me, okay? I didn't downvote your post. I don't hate on-run like some other people do in the community. I guess some people find her very annoying. I think she's fine. She's like a more balanced tracer to me, in my opinion. That's why I don't find Anran as annoying to go against. But in the right hands, of course, Anran can be very devastating. And you could definitely be one of those devastating players, those annoying players that, like the other team's like, oh my god, someone deal with this Anran, please. She keeps killing your supports. Peel. You want to be that Anran player. And hopefully this advice helps you get there. So with that being said, that's going to be it for me. I will see you guys in the next replay. If you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below if you have any more questions about this character, about diving in general, either here on the YouTube channel or the YouTube video or on your Reddit post itself. I'll try to look at either or, and I'll do my best to try to help you out. And with that being said, thank you guys again for watching.